Yeah, another brake line gone. So, awesome. Hey guys, it's Bill. Welcome back to Flat Broke Garage, and we're here with the Falcarino. If you don't know what this thing is, there's a whole bunch of videos about how I rescued this thing out of a junkyard. It's kind of cool. Basically, I want to talk to you before the video starts because I got to ask you a question. And I know by about 3/4 of the way through, halfway through the video, a lot of you guys have already left. You're watching rally car crashes and, you know, stuff like that. I do it. So I want to ask you the question now, see if you guys can help me out with a decision. I'm trying to decide on tires for the car. I'm ready to order them, and I don't know if I should go with the white walls like it had in the 70s, black walls, or raised white letters. I'll have the 3 pictures of them up somewhere. And I'd like you guys to comment. What do you think? My brain's locked up. I can't make the decision. And I'm kind of looking for, I don't know, peer pressure, you know, see what you guys think. But yeah, I could use the help. I also want to say thank you so much. I can't believe I'm like 2,000 subscribers, and wow. So yeah, stick around if you want. Watch the video, check it out at least halfway through. Then you can go back to the rally car crashes. But let me know what you think. I appreciate it. And if you like it, subscribe. You can always go back and watch it, and you get notified when there's a new one. Thanks for watching, guys. This will be cool. Not really, it's brakes, but stay watching. See ya. All right. Falcarino update. Trying to get the brakes going. Here's my fancy exhaust repair. We have a hole in the line. You can see it right. Where's my finger? Right up there. So you cut it off there. Luckily, there's a junction right there. I don't know if that's going to come apart. It doesn't look very promising. So if we can get this off and cut it off somewhere back here, flare it out, and I think we'll have good shape. The line is in pretty good condition most of the way down. It's just sometimes where these hangers are, you know, they rub right here, the metal. It wears them thin, so I think the other one up there rotted out. So we'll get the line cut out and get it put in. Look at how they went around the mounts here. That's fancy. But yeah, we'll get it put in and see if we got brakes. The amazing thing about this car is, like, let's see, yeah, nothing's stuck. I mean, nothing's rotted on. I mean, how cool is this? I mean, so lucky. So lucky. Just not a lot of room to work in here. Of course, it's got the one right over the cross member, right over the exhaust, right next to the transmission. That's where the line always breaks. It never breaks out in the middle of nowhere. Should just go get a ratchet. But I'm too fat to climb out of here. Up and down and get tired of it. So you just make do, you know. All right. Look at that, finger tight. Oh, kind of. Look at that. Came right off, man. Wow. Sweet. Well, we'll get this cut out and get her patched. So here's the rotten piece of brake line that I cut out. I just cut off the one end at the union, just put a ratchet on it, took that fitting off and cut it off on the other end. I'm going to have to flare that down underneath the car, and, you know. So I dug through my stuff and I found a piece of used brake line, and I bent it just to match. Look, that's custom. Looks just like it. So I've got the union here. I got to go underneath the car and flare it where I cut it. Put a union in there. And this side still has the factory Ford union thing. So we get the brake line on and hopefully brakes till so it blows somewhere else. But I'm telling you, the brake lines didn't look that bad. So fingers crossed, we'll see if this works. All right, give her a push. Yeah, another brake line gone. So, awesome. Well, so here's the new line. Well, I'm going to try and fix one more line. If this one doesn't work, then I don't know. I'm just going to order all new lines. Front brakes, we got one front brake that works. The other one, it's bleeding, but the brakes aren't working, so I'm guessing the wheel cylinder's froze. And same thing with this wheel, it'll bleed, but the brake isn't working. So let's see if we can break a brake line. It's awesome. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Just gonna end up having to cut the line, put a socket over it, because let's see. Oh, shoot. Oh, look at that. Sweet. Or is that the wrench? No, the line's moving. Cool. I'm going to jiggle on that. Let me see if I get the other one going. Well, that one isn't even... Oh. Yeah, we're going to soak that one, I think. All right. Well, I'm getting a new brake line in. This will bleed, but the brakes aren't moving, so probably the wheel cylinders. So we're going to get all this cleaned up. I got wheel cylinders ordered, put wheel cylinders on. The brake pads don't look bad. We're going to, you know, just rebuild it like them other guys do. Get the rebuilding can. Well, I guess that would explain why the brakes wouldn't work. See this side. Yeah, I think new wheel cylinders are in order. Ain't no rebuilding these. The can of worms grows. Yeah, that's cars. So, I'm getting my brakes together, so figured the drums aren't bad, but I'm going to send them out to the machine shop, get them cleaned up, and make them look new. So basically, this is a machine shop. Could go in there and zizz them out and hit the outside and put the Earl Scheib on it, and I'll have brand new brake drums. I'll tell you what, these are original Ford brake drums. I would rather have 52-year-old Ford brake drums than brand new Chinesian or Indonesian brake drums. So they got some life on them, just clean them up and, you know, heck with it. I am Flat Broke Garage. All right, so I got half a can of new here. So I'm going to spray some more new on these. And there you go. I got brand new brake drums from 1970. Well, I got the front one rebuilt. Let me show you this one. This wheel cylinder wasn't as bad, but it was still bad. So had a bunch of parts left. The springs looked all good, so I just put new wheel cylinder, brake line, adjuster, cable. It seems to be good. I'm gonna pack the wheel bearings, get her all tightened up. I'm waiting on the wheel cylinder for the back one to get a new wheel cylinder in there. That hardware looked good too. So I'm gonna put it together. Well, here we are, guys, standing in the carnage. Brakes are all done-ish. You know, we got the lines put on that we should, got all the wheel cylinders done. hardware replaced that was broken. Master still seems to be working. We got them bled. Going for our first official drive on the gas tank of the car. You know, see how that goes. And with the brakes. So, wish us luck. Let's go. Check it out. The door buzzer works. Kind of.
The silver leaves are rustling in a cottonwood tree like you. If you listen to your dreams, you can...
All right. Fingers crossed. Well, the brakes seem to be working. Yeah, here we go. Get her turned around the first drive. All right. Yeah, second gear. Third gear. We're at 30 miles an hour. Let's try the brakes here. Oh, pulling to the right. I gotta just... I just died. Luckily, I brought my magic primer bottle. So I'm guessing it's an accelerator pump. I got to prime it. It just like loses prime, or maybe the fuel pump's bad. I don't know. That should be enough emergency juice. Oh, shit. I'm losing parts. Oh, we're leaking something. That can't be good. I don't know what that is. See if I can get it started. Let's see what we're hemorrhaging. All right. Oh, she's quitting on me again. That ain't good at all. It's definitely radiator, I think. Yeah. So, well, this radiator is done. Still got to get a radiator. I definitely need a carburetor. Well, we drove it, I don't know, 1,000 feet. Let me see if I can get it running. Oh, we're driving her back. Oh, don't quit, don't quit. I need a carburetor. Radio works. Going 30 miles an hour. Holy crap. So, see if I can get it back up my driveway. That radiator sprung a major leak. So we'll get, whoa, up here. Hell, we're hauling ass. Well, it made it back. It stops, and it's running on its own gas tank, kind of. I think I got carburetor issues, but all in all, I don't know. First successful, turn the radio down. First successful trip from the nest. Yeah, she needs a carb. Accelerator pump. You gotta keep feathering it. Runs good. It's not running, I mean, it's running a decent temperature. I guess all the water hasn't leaked out of it yet, but you know, I mean, speedometer works. Fuel gauge don't work. You know, the old original fuel filter, she might be plugged. I'm going to toss a new one in here, and I've checked that fuel filter. That one's okay, but running on that tank, and I don't know what's in there. I'm going to have to maybe put one or two of these in line and just as they get plugged, replace them. But we'll get this one thrown on and see what happens. All right, new fuel filter in. See if that makes a difference. This is what was on there. There's some mud coming out. Yeah. Look at it. Yeah, well, I think we'll be changing a lot of these. Well, it's running. Fuel pump is fairly. I filled the bowl up. It's probably just running on that because there ain't nothing in that filter yet. So that pump could be dead or line could be plugged. I have to look into it. It's amazing. It's just running on. I filled the bowl up. Yeah. You know, the fuel pump picked up. You know, she's kind of cloudy with the gas. Either the tank cleared up or fuel pump picked up, but we're running. She's not charging, so we got somebody put a different regulator on it, but I'll get the old meter out and check her after I get a charge on it, see if it's charging some more. I'm gonna let it run for a while. Watch the temperature, that radiator leak. It's still holding good. That lifter noise, I'm kind of hoping the lifter clears up. Somebody's saying dump some trans fluid in the oil or dump some down the carb, some Berrymans. But so far this is the longest it's run. We'll just see if it just kind of brings itself back. If not, then we'll dump something down the carb and put something in the oil. But we're just gonna let it sit here and run. But yeah, I'm excited. I like the car. It's growing on me, kind of like the moss color. It's growing on me. All right, well, it's up to temperature. We had the idle turned up on this when we had it in the junkyard. Keep it running. I'm gonna see if I can bring that idle down and see if she'll stay running. Let's see. That's pretty good. So with the new fuel filter in, carb adjusted, it was running a lot better. I felt I had to get out and redeem myself. Finally go on a test drive, even if it was for a couple of miles, and come back without having to get out of the car or open the hood. Well, it did it. Well, here you are. You made it to the end of the video. You're the hardcore guys. Thanks for watching the whole thing. I would have gone to rally crashes myself personally, but, you know, maybe it was kind of interesting. I did drive it. But yeah, thanks. Here's another week of my checkbook, the Falcarino, and me. They're all kind of fighting right now. But thank you so much for sticking it out, watching it. Please comment on the tire thing if you haven't already. Thank you for subscribing if you have. If you haven't, please do. I appreciate it. Like I said, I can't believe I've gotten so many subscribers from this car. It's this car that's doing it. Maybe it's just not an LS swap. Maybe somebody wants to see something weird saved. I don't know, but I sure do appreciate whatever it is. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.